The anime begins with a group of 5 students, 2 girls and 3 boys, having fun in a room after drinking a can of beer, and tells everyone he's going out to get more beer. As he approaches the door, he turns back a few times. He looks, and a girl lying on the sofa also looks at him. In fact, at that time, he felt that she would ask him to go with her. However, when he moves ahead, he hears a girl's voice from behind, and when he turns back, he finds the same girl there. She tells him that she had to get ice cream, so she also came out. This girl's name is Shia, and she is 1 year older than Jutang. He asks her to buy a big box of ice cream so that her weight increases and people stop paying attention to her beauty. Hasty teases him and says that he is a naughty boy. From Jun's thoughts, we come to know that he likes Shia very much, but he hasn't told her yet. They both hold each other's hands and walk away from the shop. She takes him to the corner and kisses him while facing the wall, and later tells the story to Jantan about when he saw her for the first time. Mila Jantan is shown sitting in the bus which was going back to school after holidays when he gets a message from Jay, which he had a crush on her in high school. She wanted to hang out with him, and Jantan says yes to him immediately, and he decides he must change his clothes before meeting the zoo, so he gets off at the stop and walks home. A very beautiful girl was found, who was lighting the lighter again and again. She thought that she might be waiting for someone, then she will walk mentally. After changing her clothes and coming out, she again finds the same girl standing at the door. She sees her face a little. She seemed familiar, so he asks her if he has met her before, but she ignores him. He starts to go, but suddenly stops because he remembered that the girl is Dream Sweet's celebrity Shia, whom his friend Guju likes a lot. He turns back and asks if she is Shia, hearing which she starts moving towards him in a dangerous manner and holds his hand. Holding the lighter, she suddenly starts running towards him. For a moment, it seemed that she had thrown the lighter over Junak's head, but at the same time, the girl closed the lighter. Junak gets scared and stammers back. Seeing Shia, she starts laughing at him, saying that he is very... Seo Haijung threatens to call the police for her, but instead she accuses him of stalking her and tries to get her inside. Jun Tung starts threatening her. He immediately apologizes to her and explains that he was not following her and even danced to her song. He does it, and as soon as he gets the chance, he slips away to meet Ju. Outside Jung's cafe, he meets Ju, who is stamping her feet on the ground because of the cold. They come inside and talk for a while. In between, Juten asks her if she has a boyfriend. Hearing this, she becomes a little uncomfortable. To reduce her tension, he asks her to visit his house sometime. After dinner, they come out, and Jun makes Tung Ju wear his scar, and she thanks him. Jung's scar. He asks her to meet him again tomorrow on the pretext of returning it, but she just smiles and walks away when he returns home. So he is surprised to see that Shia is still standing outside in such cold. She taunts him and asks him not to tell anyone. Who is she, and where does she live here? And she also threatens to beat him if he does so. And after threatening her, she goes back inside. Hai Jantan also follows her inside and sees that she has become unconscious. He runs towards her and calls the ambulance. Next morning, Jantan wakes up due to someone ringing the bell repeatedly, and when he opens the door, there he finds Shia holding food in her hand, who asks to have breakfast with him, on which Juten closes the door on his face. He closes the door saying that he has already had breakfast. He messages Ju to meet him in class, but Ju tells him not to. She tells that she is busy. Her classmates peep into her phone and start teasing her for getting rejected by the girl. During this time, Ju is shown in his classroom, and it was obvious that he was not busy at all and was just talking to Young, had made an excuse to meet. Young is returning home from school and is upset thinking that he has not seen Ju for a week. Haven't you seen? Suddenly Shia comes to him and asks, how was his day? However, he ignores her and goes inside saying that no one does anything without any reason. Kay doesn't treat him well. As the days passed, it became clear that she was stalking him because she used to get a place. However, he would ignore her and move ahead. After some time, Shia, while searching for Jutan, she reaches his class and everyone's eyes are fixed on him. As soon as she reaches him, he holds her hand and brings her out of the class. He asks her how she found her, to which she says that she overheard him talking about class once. Jute tells her that he found her in it. Not interested because he already likes someone else. She starts laughing and says that she too is not pursuing him because of that thing and she just wants she needed a friend because she is alone and has no friends. She also tells that she has taken the entire floor of the apartment to whores. She tells him that she was suspended and now she wants to change herself. After some time, he asks for her number and asks her to have dinner together someday on the way back home. He asks her if he can call her Didi, to which she says that there is no need to be that formal, but when he calls her Shia. So she immediately turns and places her finger on his lips. He gets shy, and as soon as they start leaving from there, people around praise her beauty. She asks him out for dinner at night, but he refuses, saying that he has to go to the freshers' party in the evening. She later tells Jandan that if later, as their closeness increases, she hopes that he will not fall in love with her, nor will she fall in love with him. At the party, Jantan is asked to drink beer, but he refuses. Senyor asks him if Shia is his girlfriend, but Juntong tells that she is just his neighbor to get Shia's number. For this, he forces him to drink beer, but he did not know that Jantan does not get drunk. He gets a call from Shia and and when he picks up the phone, she calls him Miss Headmasher. She asks him if he is drunk, to which he says that this is not possible. They were talking outside. He comes out and the same chest comes to him. He takes the phone from Juntong and starts talking to Shia. They snatch both the phones. They start printing and then Shia hangs up the phone. Senior vomits on the road and Jung comes to pat him on the back. Suddenly, Shia comes there with a bottle of liquor. Senior tries to woo her, but she tells him that she is her own. He is insulting her. She holds Jandan's hand and starts leaving from there. The senior also immediately holds Jandan's other hand. Both of them start pulling Jutan towards themselves, but she suddenly stops, and Senior swings the bottle very close to her head. He says, "How did he even dare to do this?" When suddenly Jung comes between them, and after drinking some liquor, he asks her to drink it. Senior raises his head to drink it, but as soon as he finishes it, he looks down. Having gone from there, both of them cut away very fast, and after coming some distance, they stop to see Juntang Xia. He starts scolding her for trying to kill someone like this, and she suddenly starts crying. She tells him that no matter how hard she tries, she is unable to control herself in such a situation. She realizes that he is in the habit of beating her, and she starts talking about him. I try to ask him, but Xia tells him that it is a secret, and promises him that he will stay with her on such occasions. Xia smiles and tells that she had brought the alcohol so that they could drink it together. Jung asks her how she knew where he was, but she points towards a poster on the wall. As they move ahead, she sees a back-to-school poster from the literature college. He sees someone from the zoos department and immediately starts running towards the venue in the hope of meeting her. He finds her standing outside and both of them say hi to each other, but she sees someone else following her and suddenly stops. She immediately recognizes Xia and speaks his name, which everyone hears. They start looking at her. Ju comes to her and tells about herself. Then the people around them hear Xia saying about the scandal. They start talking, and Xia calls Ju a bastard and leaves from there. He leaves with Youngju, but there is no taxi, etc. because it is already late in the night. Ju gets stuck because his family will pay usury for coming so late, so he stays in Ju's apartment. Axe accepts the offer to spend the rest of the night. In the apartment, both Shu and Juntang request Xia to stay with Shu, pretend to be a friend and talk to her parents and tell them that she is staying in their apartment. Xia is a little hesitant at first. She goes but ends up helping Ju, and she even asks him to come to her apartment, and the three of them start drinking. Ju and Xia become drunk friends, and Xia goes out to get some fresh air. Jutan remembers that Xia is wearing light clothes, so he takes out his shut rod and goes to give it to her. She asks him how long he has known Shu, and Juntong replies that they were in a tutorial class together before college. She is feeling bored with their friendship because none of her friendships have lasted long. Young takes her hand, and she starts crying quietly. Next morning, Juntang is vomiting in the bathroom, and Xia is sitting outside the door. While leaving, he compliments Xia on her eyes, and she gets a little shy, but she doesn't say anything about Young to him. He asks, and Xia says that to avoid the scolding of her parents, she had already taken bath and went to the cupboard and got a cigarette. And she tries to pick up the lighter, but Junak comes from behind and picks it up and gives it to her when he asks if she has a secret. Then she takes it and puts it in the toilet. Jutan starts getting a little interested in it and starts reading about it on the internet. But at that moment, Xia comes into the room and he hides his phone and starts dancing after looking into her eyes. He runs out under the pretext of throwing garbage, shouting that he doesn't like her. Xia sees him doing this. However, she just laughs and asks him to go with her to get food. A month later, Jun Xia and Shu Cherry blossom to see each other. They go out, and Xia is very happy to see them because she had seen Blossom after a long time. Xia is happy to see Blossom. Gets busy, and Jun tells Tangju that his classmates are asking about his girlfriend, to which she says nothing. They approach Xia and see her. They take some photos, and after a while, she and Youngju are dropped off at her college. Youngju asks if we can study together in the library, but she flatly refuses, saying that their subjects are different, and Jun feels bad. It gets fixed, and Xia understands it after seeing him. To cheer him up, she shows him a photo of Ju, which she had taken in the park when she saw him. He sees Tom flirting with her and asks her to share the photo in the group chat. Xia asks him if he likes her that much, but Junak initially refuses her, gives in, and moves on. However, he comes back and asks her if her feelingless, he has no interest in me, and after saying this, he leaves from there. Later, Jujun returns her and one of her. The classmate reveals that he had been lying like this for a long time. However, Jubal would turn him over and take him from there. Over time, she kept refusing to hang out with Juice Juntang, and only said yes when he brought Xia with him. Juntang tells Xia that he is Juice's first love, even though she doesn't like him that way. Later, Juntan's friend Juice finds her and invites him for a get-together, in which there will be 3 boys and 3 girls. Xia enters his room and finds his appearance perfect. She tells him that she is doing this because she wants him to look his best there, and she also wants to see how handsome he can look. Teasingly, she refuses to let him make any girl his girlfriend, because after that they will not be able to hang out together when he promises that he will not. Then she teases him and says that friends don't hold hands with each other. Well, Junak is a little late to the party, and among them, this orange-haired girl gets the first chance. Junka falls in love as soon as he sees her. Otherwise, girls happily apply lipstick on his lips, and I am not able to understand that girls like him like this. Why do boys like it? When she looks at herself, She remembers that it is the same color lipstick that Shia uses. They force Juta to sing. They do it, and the girl in the orange shirt wonders whether she should try Chutha or not. The party continues and Juntak comes out of the ground. He picks up an earring which belongs to the same orange girl. She wears it, and they also start a small conversation with her. Later, everyone goes into pairs of 3 to play True Dare, and luckily, the pair of Juntings are orange colored. In the first 3 rounds, the hotel does not stay on their side, but in the 4th and last round, it is their turn and they get to kiss Juntung and Ronnie. It is said that both of them look at each other, and after taking a shot of Ronnie's alcohol, she leans towards him for a kiss. While Shia is lying on the bed wondering what Jung is doing, Ronnie appears to kiss her. At the right time, she gets scared and moves back. She drinks a glass again and comes close to him once again, but Juntong stops her. He stops her by placing his finger on her lips and tells her that he has not done his first case yet, and he wants to do it with his senior. Hearing that Truth and Yer don't want to do it for the game, everyone starts laughing and asks him to sing a song instead. After the party, Ronnie is completely drunk and wants to go home, so Jung asks her to accompany him to his house. They go home together, and on the way, Juth tells her about love and tells her that every time, yes, love is also a work. Ronnie also doesn't come and tells him about her breakup. She says that after continuous failure for years, her boyfriend broke up with her. Jund walks up to her and grabs her hair so he can look at her, and he realizes she was crying, but she tells him that Jung was not crying. Jung wonders if Shia's hair would be like Ronnie's. After dropping her home, he starts going to his home, and on the way he thinks about texting Shia, but changes his mind and sends her a voice note though before hitting the send button. His phone gets switched off. He runs towards home shouting her name, and on reaching home he finds Shia at home, sitting outside waiting for her. He tells her that he had a lot of fun and that he is not drunk to prove it. He also walks straight and shows her. She tells him that she was inside the house all day. They talk and laugh for a while, but when Shia finds out that he played a game of Truth Dear there, he becomes jealous and tries to convince her that nothing happened as she was thinking when Shia holds her face and kisses her. She is about to step back when Juntong pulls her tightly. After making me feel so single, Xia gets up and goes to her room and asks Juntang to come inside too, but he tells her that he will later. He wakes up in the morning and can't believe that he has had an affair with his wife to divert his attention. He decides to go to the library and sees a poster on Shia's window, which he realizes is that Shia is renting out a room in the school. Even at night, he was not able to concentrate on his studies because, again and again, his mind was wandering on the kiss he had with Shia the previous night. After coming back home, he was talking to Shia about that kiss, asks about the poster, and he also says that he wants to talk about that kiss, so Shia lets him in. Shia talks directly about that kiss. Hearing this, he immediately blushes and falls down, and she gets shocked to know that it was Junak's first kiss. She sits, and Shia tells him that she is renting out the room so that he can find someone to live with. He asks her if he can go out with Ju after the exam, to which she says yes. She asks him if she can hold his hand, to which he also says yes, and she holds his hand and rests her head on his shoulder. Days passed, and whenever Jun stumbles when he thinks about the kiss he had with Tangxia, he meets Jur at school, and they end up going home together. When they go, Juntang tells her that they should go somewhere during the weekend, and Shu asks her to go with him to the library. They go to the library, but their seats are far away from each other. While they were waiting in line for their turn to come, one of Ju's friends comes there and he talks to them for a while. His friend asks him if Jung is his boyfriend, but Ju flatly refuses. Hearing this, Jung feels bad because he understood that Ju deliberately did not want to hang out with him, and she was just making excuses for so long. Hence Jung, he says washroom and leaves from there. He feels very bad, but then he remembers that he was also flirting with Shia behind her back. And even Ronnie, is shown preparing for an exam and decides to get over her breakup with a little show. And to do this, her first step will be to get an apartment off campus. We are shown a flashback to some time ago when Ju and when Jung was in high school. He goes to Ju's house to get his notebook, and on the way, Ju tells him that he is going to be suspended from school, due to which she was not attending class. When she reached her house, Ju's father was standing outside walking with a boy and took her home. They scold her a lot for bringing it. She gets very angry and misbehaves with them and throws the bag at them. She even went to the extent of saying that she felt embarrassed to be born in their family, holding Jujutan's hand and leaving from there. She runs away, and when they stop, she apologizes to Jung for the scene, and she tells him to forget it all. We are brought back to the present day and find Juntung sitting outside the library holding Juice's hand. She takes him to the rooftop with her, and they both look at the city skyline. Ju tries to tell her why she brought him to the rooftop, but she stops him, and she says that they should go back to the library and quickly walks out of the library, leaving him behind. She also likes Juntan very much, but she can't tell him yet because due to her circumstances she can't live with him. Next, sub Juntang. He wakes up and Shia is sitting near him. She tries to get him off the bat, but he doesn't move an inch and says that he should make other friends, Shia. She gets angry after hearing this and pulls her bedsheet and turns it over. Juntang takes the sheet back from her and goes to sleep again. Shia walks out angrily, and Juntang wonders why Shu took him to the rooftop last night. Rooney comes there and Shia asks him to help her shift. She calls Junak out. When Junak comes out, he is stunned to see Rooney as the new housemate. Some time ago, she came from the library. After coming out, Rooney finds a room rent poster posted outside Young and Shia's house and rings the doorbell and Shia. She opens the door and his mouth falls open after seeing her beauty. Shay takes him home and puts a condition that one of her neighbors who lives upstairs will come there, sir. Ronnie says that she doesn't care, but when he is in Shia's claws, she enters and is stunned to see his designer bags and dresses. Shia asks him to wear them if he wants. Ronnie comes out of her dream and is shocked when she finds out that Janton is her neighbor. Ronnie ignores Jun and does not talk to him directly. Jun wonders why she is behaving like this with him. Then he remembers that when he last met him, he forgot to reply to her message after getting Ronnie's stuff set up. They all go at once and pack. Shia goes outside to get some fresh air, and Young and Ronnie settle their scores. When they come out of the restaurant, they talk about the party. Unaware that Shia is listening to them, a drunk Young tells him that Shia. He tells her that he likes her and she misunderstands that he is proposing to her and falls for her, and Shia immediately comes there and takes John. After making him lie down on the bed, Shia asks him if he is happy with this now. He says she is confused and asks her to move and lies down next to him and asks him to date her, but he refuses, thinking that she is pulling his leg. She still tries to convince him, but Junda never thinks this. Wondering what Shu wanted to tell on the terrace, Shia understands that at the moment he will not understand anything, so he calls him an idiot. She falls asleep with her head on his hand. Next, Young wakes up before Shu and sees her sleeping next to him. She is silent. Tries to leave from there, but Shia gets up and stops him, telling him that nothing happened between them. I come out and she suddenly turns back and touches his beard. Ronnie is stunned when she realizes that it turns out that he spent the night at PM searching about Youngshi on the internet, and there his image was not good. He talks to his friend Goju and asks him if he is still a fan of Lysia, and also tells him that she is his friend, and they hang out together. Goju doesn't believe him and says that he is no longer a fan of Alicia and hangs up the phone. Jun decides that now Guji comes to her house, but only because his mom had sent food for him, and meets him at the door, and he is worried that he and Shia might come face to face. Jun Tang takes the bag from him and closes the door on his face. He gets angry at the behavior and jumps over the wall and comes inside. He gets very surprised to see Shia there and suddenly enters the house and has a sex with her. He asks to take a photo, but she kicks him out of the house. Guju comes there the next day also, but Junak tells him not to. However, he keeps coming there until he meets Shia. He gives him the fish and Shia takes it and throws it on the ground. Shia takes the cow from him. She asks him to stay away, hearing which he gets angry and says that she is pretending. Young comes between them and Guju tells her to go out. He speaks, but he catches him, and there is a small argument between the two. Guju pushes Juntan and breaks their friendship and goes away from there. Juntan gets angry, but when he turns back, he sees Shia trembling, so he calms her down and asks her out on a date. Later, Yund and Gu, while going towards the school library, Udhan is shown laughing at Guju's antics because Shia used to chase him away from the library every time he came to their house. After picking up some books, they are about to go down to live when Zhao's foot stumbles, but Juntong saves him in time to save him from falling. Juntong sees that Zhu is a bit nervous, so he starts picking up books to change the atmosphere. After picking up some books, Zhu calls him and asks. Zhu asks if he can stay with her on the day of the cultural festival. Zhu tells her that she will help people set up tents there. Zhu is a little hesitant at first, but seeing the sweet smile on her face, he says yes, thinking that maybe she has also started liking him in the house. While they are talking about the Jungia cultural festival, Shia asks him if he is free that day and asks him to go to the zoo. He tells about his plans with her, but she holds his hand and starts urging him to stay with her, and now I can't bear to see it. Culture. The first day of Fresh comes, and Jantan was clearly looking shy as Shia was there attracting everyone's attention. She had come to hang out with him after being different and the most beautiful. He gives her his jacket so that people do not pay attention to him. Still, people don't stop looking at her. Shia hangs out with him the whole day and has fun with Junak's friends. Later, they stop at a stall to take pictures, but there is no one there. Even after waiting for a while, no one comes there, so Shia goes to the washroom after some time. A girl wearing a chicken head comes over and apologizes for not being there. When she looks up, it turns out that she is none other than Ronnie and is happy to meet her there. But then Shia comes out and holds her hand and says that now they should leave from there. Ronnie feels bad because he started to think that Jun really likes him. They go back home. When Xia asks him if he enjoyed hanging out with her, Jun Tong says yes, he enjoyed hanging out with her. Tung also feels a little little bad because he understood that he had made his decision regarding Ju. Feeling reluctant to tell, however, he decides that this time he will share his feelings with Shia. Looking at them emotionlessly, she recalls how she messaged Jantan and she had rejected him by making excuses. She had realized with great sadness that Jutan's feelings had changed for her. While hanging out together, they find a lot of people enjoying a concert, unaware of Ju's jealousy. Shia asks if they go to watch the show and Juntang thinks that maybe she is missing her shows. The host of the show comes there and says that 5 people will get a chance to propose their crush by dancing or singing on the stage. She asks people to come there and Shia comes ahead of the crowd and Juntung tries to stop her, but because of the crowd he was not able to go ahead. She introduces herself, and the crowd goes crazy when they realize she's Sweet Dream's most famous member, Lee Shia. She tells the host that she will sing, and Juntak wonders if Shia is in love with someone else. She gets nervous, and due to being quiet for so long, the host is about to take her down when Ju comes there to save her and asks if she can sing before Shia. Ju tells the audience that she will sing for her crush, even though he is not her. Can't tell the name because she has no idea yet. Even though she sings completely out of tune, the audience doesn't make fun of her and cheers him on, and Xia walks off the stage. Jung wonders who Ju loves and whether she even likes him back. However, as soon as he sees Xia crying, he forgets Shu completely. After a few days, Shu gets worried because Xia had not come out of the room for many days since that night. He knocks again and again, and when he does not get an answer, he starts leaving from there. Only then he finds her. Xia pulls him inside, stops him at the door, and they start looking into each other's eyes. Uthan can't control himself. Ata and kisses Xia, and then he realizes that he has fallen in love with her. And if anyone knows about the fan shop, then he can tell in the comments. Young would have kissed her again and made her sit on the bed. However, Jutan stops himself thinking that maybe he has got crazy in his mind, but he is with Xia again. Juntong pauses for a while as he reminisces about all his experiences and thinks that maybe Xia is also interested, so that she can control herself, and then Yu tells her that no one was talking about her on the show because Ju got all the attention. He also tells her that Ju is the talk of the entire school and that he should invite Ju to dinner to thank him, although he is jealous. The reason she says was that she did not ask for Ju's help, and her voice was absolutely rubbish. Not only that, all the performances there were absolutely perfect. She was useless, and she could have done better than him. Hearing all this, he angrily leaves the mother, however, as soon as she leaves the room. When he comes, Ronnie is standing there and tells him that because of her, Xia was not coming out of the room for so long, but he ignores her and moves ahead that night. He works with Ju to lend a hand in the cultural fest. He tries to ask her if he has sung that song. For whom was it sung that suddenly Zue is almost hit by a car, but Zue once again saves her. She shows that she did not listen to him and says bye to him, and leaves from there. Junak comes home late and Xia meets him in the morning. She asks him why he wasn't paying attention to her, to which he reminds her that he told her that they were just friends, and friends don't hold each other's hands. Juntang starts going inside under the pretext of doing homework, but Xia asks him if her homework is more important than her, and Junak says that yes, it is more important. He is sad to hear this, and she leaves it behind. She gets her rights from him, and she says that she will also see how long Jung remains angry with her. Jung asks her how long does the time they spent together mean anything, or was she just playing with him? He tells her to stop giving false umami and tells him that he is fed up with all this because Shu did the same thing to him that night. Xia leaves him and Shu Tang goes inside. However, as soon as when he goes inside, he is stunned to see Ju there. She tells him that Xia had invited her for dinner. Ju asks Xia that why did she call Ju there, to which she says that she had to ask Ju. But why is it that the boy who liked her earlier is now showing no interest in her? Jung Hai gets scared because this will probably ruin her relationship with Ju, and Xia tries to take advantage of this opportunity. While doing so, she grabs Young's hand, but he immediately releases her hand. The next day, Young is surprised to hear the news that Sweet Dream's former member Xia is at their college. Juntong sees Goju desperate to meet her, and immediately he holds Xia's hand and takes her out of there. They stop at some distance, and Juten asks Xia what she is doing in her college. Xia tells that she had refused to hang out with him as he was busy with college work, so she came to his college to meet him and had drinks with him. She tells him to meet her at home, and he goes to the store to get a drink, where he meets Ronnie, who is upset that Jun proposed to her, but he is doing this game with Xia. Ronnie says that if she wants to be with him, then she will have to ignore Xia, to which he says that he already wanted to do this, but seeing her innocent actions, his heart melts every time Ronnie and Jutan go home together. And on the way, they find a man secretly taking pictures of Xia and asks if he saw her face, but Chunk tells him that he couldn't. They go home but fear bad weather. Because of this, they are unable to go out for several days. Juntong notices that Xia and Ronnie are behaving very strange, so they go to the backyard. He arranges a barbecue party. He also invites Ju and his friends Goju and Sans. Goju brings seafood and he apologizes to Xia for stalking her for so long, and Xia forgives him. After a while, Xia tells them what it's like to be a celebrity, and she tells how paparazzi used to follow her all the time and used to take vulgar pictures of her. She further tells that celebrities don't have any personal life and how their own fans judge them all the time. That's why Goju became a man from a fan. Goju is seen taking pictures of Shia and suddenly pulls away his camera and the man runs away out of fear. Goju, he escapes from Shia's grip but Young catches him. They bring the boy inside and after checking his camera, they find many pictures of Shia in it. Young says they should call the police, but Shia tells her that this has happened to her many times before and the police don't do anything about it because they're not hers. Young asks what they should do with it, to which she tells him to teach her a lesson with this glass bottle. Jun Tung is a little shocked, but Goju decides to teach him a lesson. Jun Tung stops him and Shia walks away crying. Juten goes and asks Goju and Yan what should be done with him now. Then suddenly Ju takes a boat and breaks it on his head, and she starts threatening him. Goju tells him that he did the right thing, but Jun and Yan get scared after seeing his scary appearance. Seeing this happen, Juten remembers the time when she ran away from her over-controlling father in high school. I remember that Ju gets so angry only when he has been upset about something for a long time, and thinks that what would have made Barju so angry, is that Yanas tells him that now they cannot involve the police in this because they too will be sued for surrounding the boy and killing him. However, Goju hatches a plan to force the boy to keep his mouth shut. Tells Sue that Sue broke a bottle over the boy's head, and goes on to say that they followed him to his house and stole data from his computer drive. Deleted all the photos and also threatened him that if he is caught doing this in future, then they will not spare him. She hugs him and kisses his hand in happiness, and walks out of the room smiling. Ju and Ronnie come there and she hugs Shia and says that she will stay with her in such circumstances from now on. The next day, Young completes his last paper and falls on the sofa due to exhaustion. Shia comes there and asks him why he is so tired, to which he says that he has not slept for the last 3 days because he was staying up all night studying for the exams. Shia says that he should take a break and rest during the holidays. They should go out somewhere and Young agrees. Young removes his blanket and looks at Shia, but he is a little shy. He sees Shia staring at him with loving eyes. June thinks that maybe he is thinking about doing something with her. She is thinking about it, and he asks her about it. However, before she can answer him, the doorbell rings and she sees Ju there with a big suitcase. They get confused after seeing Ju. She asks if she can stay there for a few months and tells that there are some problems going on in her house, and then Jung speaks that he is going out for a while. Roaming outside, Jutan wonders why Ju would be shifting there, and he also remembers that he once fought with his father. He has also run away from home. He thinks that after going home he will ask her about it, but then he realizes that even if he asks, she will tell him only when she feels like it. Junuk wanders around for a while, and then he sees Ronnie, who is near the campus. She was sitting in an open bar. By now Ronnie had understood that Jutan does not like her, but she feels that all this it is her fault, because she never expressed her feelings like Shia. Later many boys line up on her, but she refuses them all and holds June's hand and says that from now on, she will work even harder to win his heart. Hearing this, June's mouth drops open, is left open, but he still agrees to hang out with her. Young and Ronnie hang out together all night. When they both come home, Jute is holding Ronnie's hand. However, his demeanor changes when he sees Shia waiting for him at the door. While flirting with Ronnie, she makes it clear that they spent the night together. Hurd tries to convince her that he was just hanging out with Ronnie, but on the way he hurt his leg, so he spent the night in the hospital. He further tells that he was having trouble walking, so he just supported him. Shia goes inside without saying anything. Zook gets a little surprised by Shia's behavior because he thought she would do drama, but he did not do anything like that. Shia's message comes from inside in, which she asks him to meet her outside in the evening after sleeping. He sets the alarm and goes to sleep and wakes up on time and wonders why Shia would call him to meet him outside like this, but he thinks maybe she needs to buy some stuff. Hoga comes out and Shia asks him to hang out with her, and they both spend time together for a long time. On the way, he asks her why she didn't show any drama in the morning, to which she flirtatiously says that she didn't tell them anything because she was sure that nothing must have happened between the two, and when such a beautiful celebrity is living under his house, then how can he fall in love with someone else? Junak thinks for a while, and he realizes that she is absolutely right. Juntang says that it is late in the night, so they should go back home. Shia asks him to stay with her for a while. Shia says that her leg is hurt, so she asks Jung to carry her on his back. Juntang starts laughing because he understood that Shia wants to do everything that he did to Ronnie. She asks him to go to the restaurant, and Jantan gets angry because Shia has brought him on a date without informing him. In the restaurant, Shia tells him that tomorrow she is with someone else. Juten gets jealous after hearing who she will roam with. Junuk asks her with whom she will roam, with whom she asks him do you think it will be a girl or a boy? He makes the excuse of urinating and goes away from there and explains to himself that He doesn't care who she's hanging out with. He comes back and sees a lot of guys gathered around Shia to talk to her. Goes to the boy and asks him to move away, but the boy asks him to wait till his turn comes. Junuk gets angry and chases them away and cries. He tells Shia that he wants her to hang out with empty girls. Shia starts laughing and tells the boys that she has come with Junuk. They both return home together. They go, but even the next day, Shia's intoxication has not subsided. Jute tells her to stay at home, but Shia does not listen to him. He looks at them and says that perhaps he drank too much last night, hearing which Jung bows his head in shame and Shia cleans up. She tells Juten that she is planning to meet Jiayan, who is the leader of Dream Suite and has also been her best friend. Despite the rain, Xia goes to meet him. She leaves and Juten is worried about her. On the way, Xia recalls how they were very close to each other, but after becoming famous, their situation changed. To make matters worse, they couldn't spend time together and were asked to wear short clothes so that the audience would be attracted to them. He also remembers how paparazzi used to take ridiculous photos of him, and even after telling his manager, all he heard from her was that he was only "This is for publicity." She started smiling in public so that she could hide her pain. After some time, she decided that she couldn't take it anymore, so she left the group. She also remembered how Jia had tried to stop her, but she left the group saying this. Jia and Shia meet at the restaurant, and Jia sees that she has ordered a full fat drink and confronts him about it. Shia asks why she is worried about her physical appearance, to which Jia asks if she is happy doing all this. Shia says yes, she is very much so. Jia is very happy and says that now she should live her life freely. She also tells him that she can love whoever she wants and eat whatever she wants. After leaving, Shia starts crying with joy and walks out of the restaurant without an umbrella. She decides that she will love whoever she wants and whoever is in her heart. She will do whatever he wants. When she reaches home, Shay meets Junak at the door and realizes that he likes everything about her. He likes everything from his looks to his behavior and asks him why he didn't use the umbrella, but Shia holds his hand and kisses him in front of everyone on the road. However, then Ronnie comes from inside and kisses them. It was clear that Ronnie was sad to see this, and she started to feel that Jung and Shia are now together. But Jung goes inside in a panic. Jung's phone vibrates and he sees that a message has come from his father, and it is his. Tan is calling mom to celebrate her birthday. They all go there to celebrate her birthday in a restaurant. During lunch to celebrate, his family talks about how he was always crazy about zoos, which is why she also took admission in his college. Jutan gets embarrassed thinking that even his family is worried about Ju. His philandering sister asks if he has studied with Ju, or he is now with someone else, on which he clearly refuses. Angering her, Shia calls him at his house. Hi and tells about her meeting with Jia. She says that he told her to live life openly, and from now on she will do the same. She also tells him that she wants to fall in love with someone, and she wants that boy to propose her in public in front of everyone. And she told that burning candles in heart shape and a big bouquet would be enough for her. Putin had understood that she wants him to do everything for her. Xia reminds him again about the public proposal and hangs up. Juntang is sad and hangs up the phone. He looks at the high school photo of him and Ju, and then he gets a message from Ju asking him to sit and drink with everyone. When Juntang returns, she invites Giannis and Goju there, and they all sit together and have fun. Their drinks finish and Juntang goes out to get them. Before going out, Juntang looks at Xia, thinking that maybe she would also like to go with him. She doesn't say anything. He goes out alone, but becomes happy when Xia also follows him. While returning, Xia holds Jutan's hand and Jutan starts fucking again. Xia tells him that now she has to do all this. They should stop doing this. On which he shyly says that day Ronnie had seen them kissing, due to which he is feeling a little shy and he is facing the wall. He does it and says that you should concentrate only on her, after which she gives him a romantic kiss. But then Ju comes out to throw the garbage and sees them kissing, and when Jun sees Tungju there, his eyes are wide open. Friends, if you like the explanation, then watch the video. Like and subscribe the channel. See you in the next video.